G-Swag.
What's up everybody, and welcome back to another Minecraft video, and today I'm joining you once again from our hardcore world where it is currently episode 3. And if you haven't seen the first 2 episodes, I highly recommend going and watching them before you watch this one. Alright, but now getting on to the video, I think what I'd like to do in this episode is possibly do a little bit of nether exploring and maybe get some villagers. I would like to do some upgrades to the compound as well, but I don't want to just be using the small amount of resources that I have accessible to me right now, so I think I want to upgrade myself and my tools first so that it's a lot easier to get resources, and then I'll be doing more upgrades to the compound. I think you guys get the idea. Enough jibber jabber, it's time to play. First things first, if I'm going to the nether, I want to be cool with the local gang, so I'm going to try and fit in by wearing their colors. For legal reasons, please do not attempt this in real life. Please excuse the choppy footage from me just now entering the nether, but this is the guy that was chasing me around before, and it's taken a whole year's worth of willpower to not just let my inner demon go nuts on this guy. 5 seconds in the nether and I'm already getting slapped by a bunch of balls. Glowstone is a very important nether resource. I like using my builds and I would love to have a ton of it. Quartz is also an important resource. I like using it for my comparators and observers mostly, but it can make a nice building block if used correctly. I'm gonna grab some netherrack as well so I can smelt it down into nether bricks, but at this point in time I can't help but fixate on the fact that I don't have efficiency 2 to tear through this netherrack like a poop monster would tear through poop.
I see you over there mining gold. I'm gonna get you! Just kidding, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not, I'm gonna get you.
Alright, I've had enough of this place. Ah, home sweet home. I was so excited about getting quartz that when I got home, I immediately made as many observers as I could without even thinking about if I had the resources to make actual use of them. Oh well, I guess I'll just be my own observer from now. I observe you, cows. As I was observing my cows, I noticed that I may be able to jump in there and get a little bit of profits right now without affecting the final margins too much. Don't worry, baby cows, you're safe. You don't drop anything. Alright, now we just need 9 leather. 9 leather. 9 leather. 9 leather. 9 leather. Oh, we got 9 leather. Bonus cow! Alright, now let's see what all those cows' lives went towards. On breaking 2, that's fine, unlike real life, Minecraft has undo buttons. Eventually I got efficiency 2, which is good because now that means that I can insta mine netherrack. I decided to go back and test out my new shiny diamond pickaxe, and oh yeah, that's nice. Like butter. Check out this rhythm. Isn't that satisfying? Back, you devilish goons! Back, I say! I got a whirl out of the new pick. Always feels good. Man, this lava generator is really coming in clutch. Got my bricks out of the oven, and I decided to spend them all on some new flower pots. We'll make a couple big boys, too. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with either of these yet, but whatever I put them in, they're going to make a nice addition. I'm also going to finally paint up these bad boys now that I got the glass out of my furnaces. We're getting somewhere. One thing I know about Minecraft is if you want new resources, you have to venture out into new territory, and so that's what we're going to be doing right now. Also, a little bit out of left field, but that's good life advice too. I'm going to be following the old adage, due north and you'll be in for a whole gorth of riches. The shorelines of this lake are the farthest that I've ever gone this way, so I think it's a good direction to explore. I didn't actually pass my swimming lessons, so I'm going to resort to the human spirit of invention to get across this lake. Oh, it's a pirate's life for me. Whoa, did NASA build my computer or what? When I said I was venturing out to get new resources, I mostly just meant some decorative plants, because those are the only resources that I'm equipped to gather right about now. Like some tasty ferns. Nom 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 nom. I found this pretty cool cave. It's got a big water bowl up front and a nice looking dripstone cave behind. I think it's worth marking to come back for later. Ooh, I think this is a meadow up here, and that's gonna be pretty for vine flowers. Curse you, slow computer, for the bad footage you're giving my beloved viewers. Ooh, flowers galore. I want dandelions too. I know they're one of the most basic flowers, but the only way I have of getting them right now is using bone meal, and that's kind of a limited resource for me. It's tough out here, you wouldn't last a day. Cherry blossoms in the back, but you know I love me some azure bluelettes. Okay, the way the bunny's jumping kind of freaks me out, but I do like this big fat juicy rabbit. This view has me hoping that one day I can look across my land from a place this high and see the sprawling effect I've left on the planet. That's a village over there if you fellas didn't catch that. Now I know we're a little far away from home, but I think if I get one in a boat, I could probably get it down this river. There looks to be a little bit of a land bridge between these 2 bodies of water, but I think I can make them connect with a little effort. I'm still gonna hit up this cherry blossom hill on the way. It's not my favorite, but I want some of these little pink flowers, and I'd like to try building something with the cherry wood in the future. I think it's pretty hard to make it look good, and I'd like a good challenge. A little camping out of the night stars never hurt anybody. It's a beautiful day, the sun is shining! Lost a whole days of footage, I have no idea where it went, but now we're building this whole contraption to try and kidnap ourselves a friend. That's right, get in the boat, you know you want to get in the boat. Fine, you won't get up, I'll make you. And no door too, this has to lose every resemblance of home it has to you. Sucker! Never gets old. Alright, now we're gonna have ourselves a little adventure. But first we're gonna go to sleep. See, I'm a responsible villager owner. I was so tied up in the thrill of nabbing this guy that I didn't even notice these oxydaisies over here. Don't worry, I already got those alliums. One man, one boat, one villager. Will they make it? Who knows? Oh, I should get this bell. If anything, I'm doing this villager a favor. This is probably the coolest thing that he's ever experienced in his whole life. Oh yeah, I forgot I also got this horse. Gonna have to say goodbye to him for now. Maybe we'll cross paths in the future. Who knows what this story holds. Farewell, fair villager friends, and thank you for your contribution. Just as I suspected, we're gonna have to do some digging to get this villager through, but this hill is no match for the mighty G-Swag. Actually, maybe the great G-Swag has finally met his match. Oh well, up and over you big tuvelard. That's right, a job opportunity with benefits. Maybe even 401k. Ah, he's so stupid, he actually fell for it. Well, it's not exactly fast, but it's definitely worth it. How dare you get in my way? You must face the wrath! Easy part's over. Back to the hard way. Alright, let's go. This way. This way. No, this way. Get back here. Where do you think you're going? Alright, now if I let you out, are you gonna get a job?
Yes, I promise.
Okay,
I promise.
here we go.
Sucker,
No, come
sucker.
on. No more free range for you. We're going strictly boat from here on out. Okay, I got a nice cozy bed for you and it's getting dark. Are you ready for sleep? Okay, here we go. Hey, no! We had a deal! Fine, no bed. I guess we're doing this the even harder way. Time for some contraptions then, I guess. First, we're just gonna have to ensure that he's properly snug and unable to move. Then we're just gonna extend the transportation tube up this way. And pesto! Now we just wait for the villager to come to us.
I'm getting out of here.
Attempt number 1 seemed to be unsuccessful, but I think I've already pinpointed the fatal flaw. We simply forgot to trap him as soon as he had an ounce of space to move around. I don't even know where our base is anymore. This villager's got me so turned around. I see it. It's about 100 blocks over yonder. It's looking like I'm gonna have to take this guy all the way around the back of the hill here. Whoa, slight miscalculation in our trajectory. I think we're a little bit off course. Well, that's fine. Guess you'll be living down in the valley. Man, this place is gonna be so nice and comfy, you're gonna completely forget about that old shack you used to call home.
Home?
And done! Alright, Geraldo, what do you think of your new house?
Looks like a piece of shit.
Geraldo's feeling a little bit ungrateful right now, so I'm gonna give him some time to soak into his new environment. Oh, how I missed you, my king-size purple bed. Bright and early this morning, I want to go grab our other villager friend, but first we gotta make sure that Geraldo can't escape. The villager elevator seemed to be a pretty effective method, and this guy's already set up perfectly for it. Like flies to poop. Is that too many poop jokes, Arnie? Relocating this guy was much easier. He seemed to care a lot less about his previous home life. For some reason, this guy was holding a grudge against me, so I initiated some trades with him to try and get on his good side. You know, despite what people may say, I do care about my villagers' well-being. I want them to have a nice view to look out of their window. Not too nice, though. They don't deserve alliums yet. Unfortunately, the lost footage cut out the part where I got potatoes and carrots from the village. This is good because it adds some biodiversity to my farms, but it also allows me to get pigs if I ever want to. And I love piggies. I do actually care about my villagers, and I feel a little bad for them living in this tiny shack right now, so over the next few days I'd like to try and add some improvements to the surrounding area. And we're gonna start by torching up some of this forest so no zombies come for their brains. I think I'll just squeeze right in here. Waking up in the morning with a hungry appetite for emeralds. I want to get emeralds so I can trade this other guy for bread, which I can then give back to them to get more villagers, because more villagers equals more emeralds and more resources. More. Thought this guy was running away for a second, so I acted fast and captured him, but after reviewing the footage, I'm 99% sure he was just chilling. I'm gonna put this bell here so that I like it more and don't go. I think sealing off the fence and not letting them out will also help with that. Got that first bread, and this guy also hates me. I think these two have been pillow talking. Now we just leave these two alone and let the magic happen. I've been gone so long, I accidentally joined back on with shaders. They do look nice, but unfortunately they make me a lot worse at building, so we're just gonna be playing like this for now. I'm probably gonna be coming down to this village quite often, so I want to have a nice accessible pathway over there. Some cobblestone stairs should do nicely here. Ooh, I didn't even see this. This could be a cool tunnel. Oh yeah, some nice shiny copper bars on here. I mean, look at this thing. It's even OSHA approved. We'll just clear this out a little bit more and slap some steps on this bad boy and call it good. I've got 9 coarse dirt and no more gravel. These villagers should be ecstatic that I'm using the last of my paving supplies on them. I like a lighting source here, but I'd also like a pumpkin. If only there was some way that I could... All he needs now are some arms. Oops, not there. It's more like it. Everybody, say hello to Germatar. I'm good and tired for bed now. What an ugly baby. It was at this point that I realized that if I wanted more villagers, I'm gonna have to see these ugly things running around all the time. So I looked to see if there was a resource pack that Mojang added specifically for the new baby models. No? Guess we're just living with this then. Ooh, look, Mommy stopped being mad. Daddy's still very angry though. Now that my villagers have the responsibility of a family, I trust them to not run away, so I'm gonna try giving them free range access. Okay guys, I'm putting a lot of trust in you, don't make me regret this. You know what, even if you run away, I'll find you, and I'll catch you, and I will bring you back to your kid. Because I am not gonna take care of that ugly thing. I felt like I was teaching my kids how to ride a bike, and I was letting go of the handlebars for the first time. You know what, at some point I'm just gonna have to put faith in them. I was stopping back at the compound to grab some water, which you'll see why in a second, but I noticed that my cactuses had finally grown. Now the first thing I want with cactuses is some green dye so that I have more selection when building blocks. And also I can make a really good bone meal farm with cactuses, which will be really helpful because I use bone meal a lot when I go about decorating, and it's kinda hard to get a good source other than having a skeleton spawner or a wither skeleton farm. I wish I had a whole bunch of bone meal to help me bone these carrots right now. This is why I was getting the water. Not only will a farm make a really good decoration for this village, but also the farmer villagers will be able to harvest the crops themselves so they can self-replicate, which means I don't have to get all close in and personal on their biz. I'm also going to do some upgrades to the villager house. I feel bad for making them live in this little tiny shack. I have a slight idea of the shape I want for the house, but I'm mostly just going to be winging this here, so if it turns out bad, that's on you guys. I'm just kidding, I'll take accountability. Everything I lay my hands on turns to gold anyways. Oh, looks like they got a little bored again. We got another one. So far, I've gotten a good amount of wood from clearing out the forest around the village, but I'm gonna need a better setup if I want to trade sticks for emeralds long term. What would you do if your overlord came in and woke you up to take a nap in your bed? Remember, it only looks bad because it's not done. Slight improvement, but we're not there yet. Another reason why I want to expand this house is because I've already crammed as many villagers into this small space as I can, and if I add more space, I can cram in more villagers. This fence is temporary. I forgot my glass. For some reason, I was thinking I was out of cobblestone, so I went and mined a couple more stacks. I later revealed to myself that I already had a few stacks of cobblestone in my chest. Well, I'm back now and I forgot the glass. I'm gonna try something kinda new here for the roof, and I don't want you guys to make fun of me. The heart of creation comes from experimentation. This is looking really bad, but that's okay because I have some ideas on how to change it to make it look really good. Nothing like a good night's sleep to reset the creative juices. Hey, our first iron golem. Right now I'm gonna keep this guy alive. I'd rather have his defense on my villagers than 5 iron. Here comes change number 1. I think the light gray wool looked too similar to the cobblestone and it just made it blend in and look bad. Orange wool, however, will look much better here I think because orange fits with the rest of the palette and it also stands out, which looks good because it's almost like a little cap instead of a big central roof, so it works to have it as an accent addition. The frame of the tower is also way too bulky and it doesn't work with the rest of the building. The rest of the building has a small detailed frame that I've used slabs and stairs to curate, and I need to do the same with the dome so that the scale is even across the whole build. The glass is also finally installed. Alright, now let's see how many villagers we can cram in here. You know, I'm gonna be coming in here too, and I don't want to just be walking around on dirt, so I'm gonna change this floor out. Oh yeah, look at this nice little basement work area too. I mean, this is basically Wall Street. First peek from the outside, and it's looking alright, but I can tell it's missing something. Ooh, get him, Iron Golem, get him. Do you see the pure force behind this machine? Do you see why I kept him? I'm just gonna make a couple small kind of upgrades around the area. Just for fun, I'm gonna make a bunch of different color beds for the new villagers. In preparation, I'm gonna make some workstations too, because unfortunately, Minecraft villagers still follow child labor laws. Now this is an appropriately filled villager barrack. Oop, can't forget the cozy spot in the basement. Remember when I said that I'm gonna be needing a better setup if I want to trade sticks for emeralds long term? Well, I think now's the time to upgrade my setup, and I have a pretty good plan. The only thing I'm gonna need is a few spruce saplings. You see, spruce trees are the best for gathering wood for a number of reasons. Number 1, they're one of the few trees that can grow in a 2x2 formation. The other contenders of this category would be dark oak trees and jungle trees. Now, dark oak trees don't get very tall, and jungle trees have these annoying branches that grow out on the side, but more importantly, they also need a 5x5 room of space to grow that's centered above the most northwest sapling. Now, spruce trees don't actually need this at all, so you can cram them in right next to each other to make one big giant mega wood farm tree. For now though, I only have 2 spruce saplings, so I'll just cut my losses and sleep in the basement. How did I miss this nice cozy spot for a bed? Alright villagers, you're adults now, which means it's time to make your whole life about work. Okay, I finally got 4 spruce saplings, now I just gotta wait for them to grow into a big tree. Spoiler alert, that will not happen for a very, very long time. You know, just the old routine, sticks for M's, M's for bread, bread for babies. Hey, maybe if I compost enough things, I can get enough bone meal to grow my spruce tree. No, I told you this wasn't gonna happen for a very long time. I'm the editor, I know everything. Whatever, I wanted these birch trees out of my sight anyways. Okay, stay with me here, but now that I have villagers, I want to make an iron farm. And to make an iron farm, I'm going to need to put my villagers in there. And the easiest way to do that in the new updates is to put a lead on a boat. Now, they also changed the crafting recipe for leads, meaning that you no longer need a slime to craft it. The only thing is that it takes a bunch of string, and I don't have any string, so I'm stand up to kill spiders. There was my explanation. Did you like it? Thanks for all your help, Mr. Iron Golem. Since I'm doing all the defense, maybe I ought to turn you into some iron ingots. Okay, but for serious, I don't want to get too cocky out here. I am still only wearing iron armor. Taste the blade of fury! Better get ready for the kaboom! I think I'm getting a little bit addicted to the thrill of the hunt. That could have ended very badly. I'm gonna do something with this creeper hole that a lot of you will hate. Absolutely nothing. Went to sleep just beautifully knowing that creeper hole was out there, but karma came back around in the morning and these two lovebirds got a little bit close to me with their PDA. Oh, and this guy just wants to sit here and watch. You villagers disgust me. Here we go, some more wasted bone meal. It was at this point that I began to wonder if maybe the cold biome had some kind of slowed down growth effect on the trees. Lemons came to my life when I accidentally crafted some buttons instead of sticks. However, I took those lemons and I squirted them back into life size, and I used it as inspiration for some nice little detailing on the villager building. I actually like the way that it turned out quite a lot. It kind of looks like old-timey wooden pegs that are being used to hold the wood together. Do I really want to trade all my iron to level up this guy? Good news, Mr. Iron Golem. I've decided to farm the lives of your kind in the thousands. Starting with you! To start this iron farm, what I'm looking for is a low and relatively flat piece of land. And I think just right here will do the trick. You see, the way this is going to work is I'm essentially just going to dig out a giant pit and then put the villagers in the bottom with the zombies so they get scared, and then an iron golem will spawn in a room above the villagers. And then we'll just push that iron golem into some lava or something so he can die and we can collect his rewards. But I need to have land low enough down for a couple reasons. Number one, if the farm is not low enough down, or if it's built up on top of a hill, then it opens up the surrounding area on top of the farm for the iron golem to spawn in, and that would break the farm. And this could also happen if there's a cave or valley nearby that the iron golem could spawn in. So that's why I want to find somewhere that's relatively flat with no big cave openings. It was unfortunately not at this moment that I remembered the third rule. The farm cannot be close to an already existing village, because then the villagers' presence will overlap and they won't be able to separately spawn iron golems. What I actually did was put some beds down at the bottom of the hole and then brought some villagers over and thought about it for a moment before I realized that this plan would not actually work. But what I'm going to show you is that I just reset and decided to start the farm somewhere else. Okay, here we are at the new location, and some of my Eagle Eye viewers might notice that the day counter also went up by 1. It's because moving villagers is hard work. Now you guys sat and listened to me talk through the whole time me digging that last hole, so how about I just give you what you really want? Oh yeah, it's montage time. Help me, I'm stuck! Knowing how to water bucket climb in Minecraft is like knowing how to tie your shoes in real life. Had to go back to the old farm to grab the beds. I can't be caught wasting resources. And we'll just pretend like that never happened. Kaploosh! Pow! 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 You'll notice if you analyze the background of this clip that I put down 5 beds initially. Now this is because on Java the spawn mechanics for an iron golem are either 3 villagers when they're scared or 5 villagers when they're out and about talking doing their daily biz. And I was originally going to do this 5 villager method because that way I wouldn't have to capture a zombie and put a name tag on him or something. But I decided against this because villagers are only out and about talking during the day, which means that the farm won't run at night. Lame nerds can't stay up past their bedtime. Anywho, now that I got these 2 villagers in here, I'm just gonna give them way too much bread to make 1 baby. But that's because at this point in time, I haven't decided on the 3 villager method yet. How are my other lovely villagers? Ugh. This is kind of an important moment for later. At this moment, I'm facing a decision on how I level up this guy. It's either gonna take a bunch of emeralds or not too much iron, and I'm about to make an iron farm, so why wouldn't I? Right now, I'm going around breaking all the beds to make sure that I break the ones of the old villagers so they can fully adapt to life in the pit. I'm also going to need a couple redstone components to complete the farm. Aw, you guys finally had your kid. Alright, Junior, say goodbye to the sky, because you're never seeing it again. We have now successfully transformed the living area from a 5 villager farm to a 3 villager farm. What you're seeing right now is exactly what a zombie trapped in here will see all day, every day for the rest of its life. Now we just need to actually catch a zombie. Remember when I traded in all my iron before and I said it would be mildly important later? Well, now is later. I need 31 iron to make an anvil so I can make a name tag to name the zombie so we won't despawn, but I don't have the iron to do that. So I'm gonna have to resort to option B, trying to find a zombie that can either pick up items or wear armor. Man, why is it always the zombies are out and about when I'm not looking for them, but whenever I actually need them, I can't find them anywhere? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, can we give a warm welcome to our contestant number 1? And a cold goodbye! Alright, contestants 2 and 3, not you, Polar Bear. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to pick up this cobblestone block. You're useless. Hey, and we have a winner! Just follow me this way to your prize, if you will, please. These villagers have the survival instinct of a potato. Like, get inside, bro. If you die at this point, that's your fault. I'm not pulling the zombie in a boat because his little undying legs are too slow and weak to walk fast. Look at this genius zombie trapping expertise. You fool! You've fallen into my trap, from now which there is no escape. Villagers sleeping peacefully below. They're about to get the surprise of their lives. Oh no! As you can see, it's already working. Just another example of my proven extravagant geniusness. Now what we will simply do is hook up a redstone clock to this piston and put the zombie on top of the piston. That way the zombie keeps going up and down in front of the villagers and they get scared and more iron golem spawn. And now it this way, Mr. Zombie. Thank you very much. We just gotta deal with all this and just sit tight, Mr. Iron Golem. Okay, I'm back and we'll just boop, 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 boop. You know, being this close to the whole process does make it seem a little bit more cruel, but I just can't say no to those sweet, sweet profits. Got the main line hooked up now, and that about concludes everything for the functionality of this farm. Okay, just gonna mark off the corner with some poppy flowers so I know not to dig here, and I believe with that, we are done. Ow. Alright, well that's all I got for this episode. I'd like to thank you all for sticking around to the end, and if you did enjoy this episode, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button so you can join me in the next video when it comes out. I'd also like to take a second to say that I appreciate you, the viewer, for watching this video. I put a lot of time and effort into making these videos, so knowing that there's people out there watching along and enjoying them really means a lot to me. And if you leave a comment, rest assured I will reply back. Okay, that's all. Bye bye!